Okay, so welcome to another edition of Future Business, brought to you by Visibility Impact and your host, myself, James Moffat. Right. I do have this recorded actually, but I always forget to play it. Right. So I have an intro and an outro, so if I ever remember, I'll play it. But anyway, so we have our 74th guest today. Right, now, Flores, you'll have to pronounce your surname for me because I'm going to get that wrong. So our 74th guest is the beautiful Flores.
𝗪𝗡𝗥.
Say that again?
𝗪𝗡𝗥.
𝗪𝗡𝗥. Oh, I would never thought that. Right. Okay, I'm terrible with names, by the way. So
no, you're not.
Right, a pleasure to have you here. And we kick this off every week with our live singer, Emily. So Emily, maybe you just want to introduce yourself quickly, who you are, just for our guests, because I think the others know you, and then tell us the song that you're going to sing today.
Okay, so I'm Emily. I'm from England, but I live in Lausanne in Switzerland. And I have a business here with children. I do holiday camps and birthday parties for kids, and I give music lessons. And then I'm also a singer / pianist. Yeah.
But you do some shows as well?
Yes, I do. I have one coming up for anyone in Switzerland on the 16th of February in Lausanne. And
you sing and play with lots of different people?
Yes.
Right, Emily, sorry to interrupt. Can I have a link to a YouTube channel, please? As
yeah.
I don't think I was, well, paying attention or saw it or anything. So I'd like to copy it, everything in the chat now, and just email it to myself. So
okay, yeah, I'll pop it in there.
Thank you.
Right, you got a typical British accent. So you're from London originally?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm from London. London, yeah.
So which part?
Northwest London, Harrow. People know it.
Yeah, I know Harrow. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, the song you're going to sing today?
So I'm going to sing, I don't think I've sung it before, hopefully.
No, I don't know that one. Is that the name of it?
it's called No Time to Die. I really need to be jollier with my music choices.
No Time to Die? Is it a Bond one?
Yeah.
It's the latest Bond one?
Yeah. I think it's so nice. I love it. But I mean, yeah, all the pieces I sing are very depressing. But
well, there's actually no time to die at the moment. I mean, the show is only just beginning.
True that.
Right. Okay. So, Emily, over to you.
Okay. So I'm going to pop this here. That's not very good, is it?
No, I like it.
Really? There, how's that?
Perfect.
Okay. All right.
Nice jeans.
Thank you. Standard blue denim jeans, but thank you very much. Okay, how's that?
Perfect.
Yeah? Oh, cool.
No time to die. No time to die. Fool me once, fool me twice. I have done the paradise. Now you'll never see me cry. There's just no time to die.
Wow. What a voice.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Oh my God.
Thank you so much. You're very talented and you sing with a lot of feeling. So one is not only listening to you or cannot only hear you, but also feel you. And that's very important.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. Who wrote there? Someone wrote, Emily, your voice is simply beautiful. Who wrote that? That's excellent. Oh, 𝗬𝗢𝗨𝗥 wrote it.
Thank you.
Who was that song by, Emily? I missed that.
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. Okay. I was new to me. I hadn't heard it. Has it been around long?
So
Yeah,
it's just come out. It's the song they used for Bond.
Oh,
it's a new Bond movie.
Yeah.
and where is this YouTube videos of yours? Do I have to ask for the third time?
I'm gonna send the link right now in the chat.
Yeah, I can't post it on YouTube because it'll be blocked straight away.
Yeah, you said. She's
Because-
too good, James. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's because you're better than the original. Yeah. Anyway,
You've got to beat them to it, Emily. So you got to come up with your own one and then they can't block it.
Very true.
Yeah, share it. If you want me, I will share it. I can share it also on LinkedIn. So
Oh, thank you.
if you want that, it's no problem. Any one of you, if you need anything, just let me know.
I'm going to build it at my website and put it all on the website. So then I don't need YouTube anymore.
How are you getting
I would
on
love to
with
use-
those, by the way? Have you managed to post them onto this BitChute or wherever you're planning on putting?
Sorry, say that again?
Weren't you planning on to put some on BitChute at some point? Or one of these-
Not BitTube, Rumble. I was going to use
Rumble.
Rumble.
Okay.
Ah, hello, stranger.
Hello, Happy New Year.
It's been that long, has it?
I haven't joined yet this year, and December was kind of,
Uh,
hello everyone, lovely to see you.
you've got a
all.
different name. You changed your name.
Oh yeah, actually, sorry, that's because I'm using the Zoom of the Women in Digital Switzerland, and sorry, it's under 𝗬𝗢𝗨𝗥's name, but hi everyone, my name is actually Jeanette.
Hi, Jeanette.
Sorry for that confusion. James had
Mate.
spotted that. No, yeah, no, I thought I'd just join in. I'm in between meetings, so lovely to see you all.
Right, there's some new people here that you haven't seen before. Then
I know it's all new faces. You all look beautiful today, so lovely to see you.
so I don't think you've met any, have you?
No,
Maybe.
but I don't want to
Emily.
hijack your in the middle of your conversation.
No.
So
Okay, we're going to get going now. So we're recording it, by the way, so you can watch the
I
recording.
know Emily
afterwards.
though.
All right, Emily. Right, so Lena has been a guest. Zara has been a guest, and our guest, our 74th. Well, actually, Emily's been a guest as well. Well, you've all been guests. You've all been guests. Can you believe it? Right. And Flores is going to be our 74th guest today. So let's get going. Right. So Emily, I know you have to drop off, don't you? Right.
I'm gonna stay, but I'll have to turn the video off. But I'm listening and I'm here.
Okay, no problem. Right, let's make a start then. So we don't want to waste any more time. We'll probably have to go over because we have already lost a bit of time. So, I mean, for me, there's no problem with that. But we've had people that have gone on for way over the time. So we'll just finish when we finish, basically. So giving you enough time to actually tell us all about you. So Flores, the show is yours. Now, am I actually pronouncing your name right?
You do. Don't worry.
Okay.
You do.
All right. So tell us where you are and where you're originally from.
Well, actually, right now I live in Munich. I was also born here, but my parents originally are from Romania. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, whereabouts?
Sorry.
Whereabouts?
I didn't understand you.
You're originally from Romania,
Yeah.
but where in Romania?
Ah, yeah, sorry. Transylvania.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to share a story another time, but I drove through the Transylvania mountains in 1989 on a relief aid mission. But anyway, that's another story. So I thought you were too beautiful to be just German, you see, because normally German are quite nice, right?
Thank you. I understand what you mean, but thank you.
So, but where were you born?
Well, I was born here in Germany.
Okay, and whereabouts were you born in Germany?
Sorry?
Where?
We're in near Munich, so on the 𝗬𝗢𝗨𝗥 region here, not far away from Munich, 40 kilometers away from Munich, something like that. A little bit more in
near the English Garden.
Yeah, a little bit more in nature than English Garden, because it's more in the city. I'm a little bit far away.
All right. Okay.
But I know the English Garden, beautiful place.
All right. So obviously your mother tongue is German.
Well, actually, yeah, I'm raised with Romanian and German. With my parents, I was speaking Romanian, and in school and friends, German.
Oh, okay. So both your parents were Romanian or German, or one of each?
Yeah, my father is Romanian, and my mom was half, or is half, Romanian, half German, something like the old Germans who were going to Romania.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So you've got brothers or sisters?
Yes, I do have two brothers, both older than me. I am the youngest.
All right. 18.
Sorry?
You're 18.
I am?
18?
18?
Oh, okay.
I am the youngest. I am the youngest. That's all. I am the youngest of them all.
Okay. All right. So you have a passion.
I do have.
Well, I guess we all have a passion of some sort, but you have a special passion that you like to let people know about. So what's your passion in life?
Well, yeah, my passion in life is God, because there is no passion without God. So He is my special passion. And I love talking about God. I love helping people to reconnect to God, because a lot of people say they believe in God, but if we have a look at these actions, or the actions on planet Earth tells something else. So we need a little bit help to reconnect to who we truly are. Love God. That's my passion.
Excellent. I share the same passion. And I think most people, if not all of them here, share the same passion. So let's just go back a bit to your childhood. So did you always feel this way, or is this something that is kind of developed as you've got older?
Well, actually, it's a mixture of both, because we always grow, right? And evolve. But I was born different, and actually I think most of you were born different, because our purpose here is different. So this makes our whole story a little bit more different than most stories. But I was always a little bit more connected to God than fellow human beings around me.
But when did you kind of notice this? I mean, as a child?
Very, very early, because darkness don't like the light that much, so it's always pushed a little bit aside. So I have recognized it very early that there is a difference. I didn't know exactly what it is, sure, but yeah, that I recognized it very early.
And did that affect your friendship with anyone, or did it actually increase the friendship, or did people just think you were a bit strange?
Well, people think all the time I'm strange and I am crazy, and it will never end. Yeah, sure, it has effects. And sure, it had effects on friendships too. as it has now too, right? Because everything is energy and everything is frequency. So I never had a lot of people vibing with me on the same frequency. Doesn't matter in what kind of age I was. So yeah, it affected me, surely. I was affected also in a negative way, if we have a look on that to this time, right, in the past. But if we look back, then it all made sense, right? So yeah, definitely it has effects.
And you have a big influence in music. Was it the music that also brought this out in you, or was it the way you were that attracted to different types of music?
Well, actually, music was always playing a big part in my life because it was my best friend. And it is my best friend and my teacher too. So I always felt very connected to music, and I always loved music and dance, and I used to play the violin too. So I was feeling comfortable with music, and it was always there.
Do you still play the violin?
Yeah, I played it. I can play it, but it takes some time because I wasn't playing it for a long time. So, but I am able to do that. Yeah.
So you still have one at home?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'm
not going to ask you to play unless you want it.
It would not be good for you. I am not prepared for that.
Just on cue, Boyan is arriving, because I've always said if Emily doesn't turn up one week, Boyan can sing, right? But he can't sing really, right? Can you, Boyan?
I can do everything.
Right. Okay.
Universal soldier.
Right.
But we have Emily. I'm sure you prefer Emily singing than me.
You've just missed her, actually. You'll have to watch the recording.
I will watch the recording later.
Okay, so let's kind of just take a trip through memory lane and your childhood. So growing up with your siblings, I mean, did you played and everything together? And I mean, everything was a pretty normal childhood.
What means pretty normal? This is very, yeah. I think everyone has a different meaning of the word normal. For most people, I am not normal, but for me, I am normal because love is normal. This is who we truly are. So for the unnormal, normal does not always feel normal.
But there's a lot of love in your family. I mean, in the childhood with your parents, with your... No.
There was not. I was raised in a very tempted situation, home. I had no peace at home. And when I was going outside, I had no peace outside because at home, my parents were fighting, and my father had some very hard aggression. So he's a very tempted person with uncontrollable emotions. They are controllable, but he does not know how to control them, in other words. Yeah.
So it was a challenging upbringing and with your parents.
True, it was a challenge, yeah.
And with your siblings, I mean, also, or not necessarily?
Yeah, it depends. One of my brothers is not living here. He's living in Romania because it is the child from my father's side only. And he was married before he was married with my mom. But yeah, actually, my brother was forced when I was little to take me with him because I didn't have friends in my age because the kids were running away from me. So I always was with people older than me.
So at what age, I mean, did you find that the kids were running away from you?
Oh, I started very young. Little small kids love me, but you know, when people, pure people, but when the ego comes in, right, and the impurity begins, then people start to push away. So it happens. I was 1 year not in a kindergarten because people hit me, so, or beat me. It started very young.
Wow. And your parents defended that or kind of blamed you?
No, they didn't blame me for that. No. Sure, they were protective, and I do love my parents. I want to make that clear, absolutely, with all of my heart, and I'm grateful for everything. No, they protected me from that, which was outside of the house. Yeah.
So growing up then, I mean, going to school and developing like as a child into a teenager and later on into a woman, I mean, how was it with relations with people in general and also for work?
Yeah, well, actually, the thing is, I always had friends. So I always had people after I was going to school and whatever. In school, when I was getting into, or till the 5th class, I was a little bit bullied. And then I have changed the school. So I made also new friends, right, and relationships. And especially when I was 15, I met my boyfriend, my first boyfriend, and I was with him together for 12.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I always had a lot of people around me, but you know, there is a difference because not all people you call friends are friends.
I know that
Yeah.
for sure.
Exactly. So in Romania, it was a little bit simpler for me when I was there because people there are a little bit more spiritual and more open-minded and hearted. So they have accepted me a little bit more than here in Germany.
So what made you stay in Germany then and not go back to Romania or somewhere else?
Yeah. Well, first of all, sure, my parents came here to give us better chances. So we were not thinking about going back. Well, actually, my parents were thinking from time to time to go someday back, but I considered the opportunities here better than in Romania. So this is why I stayed here and I studied here, and I still live here for as long as he wants.
So with study, what did you study then?
Well, actually, I've studied business administration, financial and controlling, accounting, all this BVL, yeah, business administration.
So you had several different jobs in that field then?
Well, actually, in this field too, I started very young because I wanted to support my parents. My parents were not taught that good how to establish a good relationship with money. So from a young age, I started because I wanted that, not because I was forced, because I wanted to help to work. And since then, I have had a lot of insights in a lot of companies and a lot of different jobs.
Okay, so going back to when you were a child, what did you desire or want to be when you grew up?
Well, actually, what I desired was peace for the world and love for the world. And what I wanted, well, actually, I would say something with music. It was always music.
Do you like any particular type of music?
I love all, there are rare songs I do not like, but I love most of music. No, I love, it just needs to, you know, it has to touch my heart. That's what I love. That's what I like.
Yeah, I mean, I find that with music, I like different types of music depending on the different mood I'm in.
Exactly.
So if I want something upbeat, well, maybe because I'm feeling a bit down, or actually maybe I want something depressing because I'm feeling depressed. So it depends. But I mean, music, definitely growing up with music and the different types of music. I mean, I was a big fan on kind of Beatles songs because I could remember the lyrics and you could sing along with it. But I mean, there were so many songs that would bring you up and make you feel good. And yeah, I think everybody needs to appreciate kind of music in a way that's emotionally uplifting as well.
True. And it's such a great healer.
No, for sure. So I'm curious now about what you do now. I mean, so you experienced obviously business administration and different jobs like that. And then was there kind of a turning point or an involvement really in you to make you doing what you're doing now? And what is it that you're doing now?
Well, actually, like I said, we are all here for the same purpose, just in different forms and shapes, right? And what I'm doing now is helping people, trying to help people, because people still push light away. So it's not that easy. But that's what I'm doing. I am trying, trying to be, how to say, a non-resistant instrument of divine love, so that he can work through me more freely, so that his will is me and his will is through me. This is my priority at this moment. And yeah, this changed because earlier my priority was still helping, but it was, I thought that help is better attained through monetary things, but this is not true. So I have changed my ways.
Sorry to digress a little bit, but I see the pictures on the floor there behind you, right?
Yeah.
Are they something that you've done?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Paintings?
Yeah. I have a lot of them.
You took my question, James. It's not fair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is there something, I mean, every picture is significant, but I mean, is there a meaning behind these ones?
Well, actually, all I do intuitively. So when I do it, it's just creativity hitting me. I never know what I do. It's also in a healing like that. I never have a plan. It's just divinity hitting me. So
with the oil paintings?
Acrylic paintings.
All right, okay.
So I love angels, for example, and it's always something, an expression in the moment, like a channeling also of energies, as there are special messages within these pictures, but it is for everyone something else.
So you have a big collection then, it looks like.
I have a lot of them, yeah.
But you sell them as well? I
try.
You try? Right. Maybe if people knew you had them, then you could sell them.
Yeah, this is true. I am not, I think maybe you have realized I am not that advertisement guy. Not that I cannot sell, but I'm here to do it in another way. So you're right, maybe.
Okay, so you're an artist as well. So you like music, you sing?
Yeah, I love singing.
Yeah, okay. You want to sing a song?
No, I don't think you want to hear me.
Actually, I did hear one. You recorded one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I did hear that. It was quite.
Singing was my savior a lot of times in my life, I have to say.
Yeah, I tried to sing. I mean, I am trying to get Emily to sing a song. There's a song that you raise me up, right? Higher than a mountain, right? I'm trying to get Emily to sing that because I love that song to sing, right? And I think it's appropriate for today, right? Because people need raising up.
True, absolutely true. And by the way, everyone can sing. It may not always sound good, but you do it not for that, right? Because we do it
You
also
see,
for our
James?
self-healing.
Thank you, Forrest. I can also sing. If you don't,
Of course
it's
you
only your
can.
problem.
Yeah.
That's true, because we have to use our voice for ourselves too and for our healing.
No, I think one day we should have just a sing along, like we all sing. I mean,
Yeah.
Emily could lead, and then we
Sure.
all sing.
That's the meaning of chants in India too, right? This is the reason why you repeat it. And actually, by the way, if you sing a prayer, it is more effective than if you just speak it.
No, exactly. I mean, we sing around the table at meal times. I mean, my wife is from Brazil, so we sing in Portuguese. Not that I'm very good at Portuguese, but by singing a song, you remember the words. So we sing like "Obrigado, me des pela comida," and then you sing it in the song, holding hands, right? And you remember the words because it's a song, and it becomes more memorable and more fun to actually do. Whereas if someone just told me to say the words, I'd forget them. So a lot of the time we learn things through song.
Absolutely, I agree. And it's also the vibrational thing, right? Because it's more intense as you are working with more emotions. So your whole vibration, there is absolutely difference. Yeah.
It was how I learned the alphabet. I mean, you do it in a singing format.
True.
And also the colors of the rainbow.
Absolutely.
So it's a good way to learn because you remember the flow of the lyrics.
Yeah, I agree.
By the way, Vietnamese is always, they teach it together with piano. So it's a melody in the
rhythmic. Yeah, that's good. Didn't need that.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get on to what you're doing now. So besides the painting and the singing, right? Right. Hello.
Salam, Hubi.
Hello.
There's my Alex, everybody.
Hi, Alex.
Beautiful,
Hi, Alex.
He's managed to mess up his tablet, so he's brought it down for me to spray it clean.
Good.
Oh, nice.
So I said, "Can we bring it to me?" And this is this version.
Nah, I just came here to the meeting.
Is he going to sing?
Are you going to sing?
Wait, what?
Are you going to sing? Alex plays the piano. He makes up things as he goes along. He's very good. You've got a natural talent for the piano, haven't you?
Yeah, my son also should do a duet.
Yeah, he also does a lot of programming. He's quite talented. He's very artistic.
Yeah,
Aren't you, Debbie?
yeah, he could play and Emily sing.
He also he kind of just makes it up as he goes along. It depends on his mood. Like sometimes it could be like Dracula music. I can't explain it. And other times it's quite uplifting. So it really depends on his mood. But that's how he works out his stress.
From time to time we need to entertain Dracula as well.
Oh yeah, we got Dracula music coming out of this one. He also he makes animations. So he does all sorts of things, don't you?
Yeah. Well, Florence is from the Transylvanian mountains. So,
I teach people how to defeat these people who call you teamers.
Yeah, he's teaching children how to handle bullies via his animation.
And then there's these people that call people teamers in this game because they think they're teaming with the beast, and the beast is, like the opposite of teaming. So like you can only team with the people who don't have hammers and they're not the beast.
Yeah, well, I think this is supposed to be an interview to learn all about floors, but thank you very much.
Yeah, so Alex, you can be a guest one day.
I just heard it though.
And then you can share your stories.
We could tell your story, couldn't we?
How
we combated autism. Because they wanted to label this child autistic. I didn't let the system do that. We really fought it. And now you're doing all this, aren't you, instead?
Yeah.
No, there's no such word. It just means you're gifted.
Yeah, well, I know so many people who've been labelled and then they get to secondary and they get depressed. They put them on antidepressants and they're literally cast aside. So I wasn't going to let that happen to my children. So we definitely
you've got to cross that word out. And also fear. Fear doesn't exist.
No.
Right?
So I found out about autism and like what they needed to do to put him on this potential spectrum. And we worked with his emotions. So the root of it was to understand your emotions, because that's at that point, that's what they got at. So when we went for his 6-month post checkup, they said, this isn't the same child. What have you done? I said, secret. Now I said, I'll tell you what I did. So I told them everything. And then I said, well, we need to get the second opinion. So they sent me to some other pediatric, you know, whatever. And he said, there's nothing wrong with your child, you know, you should be celebrating. He's fine now. It was just like that. But it was dealing with letting the child label feelings and understand them, not just say that's happy, that's sad, because that's what they teach you, but actually feel that and understand that feeling before you label it. Exactly. And that was the key to the autism fix. Yeah. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Alex. Well, do come back and share your stories.
Okay. All right.
Beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. So I can relate to that as well. I mean, we're quick to label and brand people.
True.
Now, so anyway, let's get on to what you're doing now, because I'm very, very curious. And I've seen, I follow you on LinkedIn. Right? Bye, Alex. Right.
Sorry, I muted him. He just said, thanks for having me in the meeting. But
no problem. Do
you want to say it again?
Yeah,
you were the most.
It was nice being in the meeting.
Yeah, you're
and
welcome.
You were the most important guest, Alex.
Yeah. Children are the most important, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay, good. I'm glad you agree. You can tell my kids that as well, right? Boyan will bring his daughter in a minute. I know.
They are at home, but quite noisy, so it's good to mute my microphone from time to time.
Okay, so Flores, back to you. So tell us what you're doing now, because I followed you and yeah, I'm intrigued and I love what you do. And I just feel that there's a lot of people that aren't resonating with it because to me, they're not awake. And I mean, for what you've told us about your childhood and everything, you've been streets ahead of most people. And it's only now, particularly in the last couple of years, that people are actually starting to dig deeper inside themselves and to find out they are human, and they need to start to realize that and wake up. And this is what you've been trying to tell people all your life. So you are a messenger in that respect. So tell us a bit about what you do.
Well, what I do actually always depends on him, because I never know. That's absolutely true, because I never know, you know. Right, when you work for God, you do not have a plan like normal people. You go to work from that time to that time. Well, it could look sometimes like that. It could look sometimes like that, but it always serves the same role, right? Bringing them back to truth, helping them reconnect to the truth, helping them losing the fear, right? Which is not there, which is not real, and going back to love. So, and this happens in a lot of forms. It really depends, through meditation, through words. And yeah, definitely I agree, not all are awake. But as you see, I love my haters. I love all of them. I deeply love them. First of all, they show me I'm on the right track. And second, actually, I know what I'm doing is very good, right? Because actually, if they are triggered, so their demons will begin to transform. What am I doing? I'm doing the same thing as you. We are spreading light and love in different shapes and forms. Being authentic, right? And expressing your soul in an authentic way. That's what I try to do.
So do you mainly work in English or German?
It depends. I had clients in USA or somewhere else, and also in Germany. Okay.
And you have the name of the business?
Yeah, I do have. Most people think it's something else. The name is Seductive Fluorescence. And to some, it might appear sexual, could be, but it's about the growth, you know, and growth is seductive. The blooming of a flower is seductive. So unfolding the truth and love is seductive and passionate. So that's my name. Yeah, that's the name of my business.
Right. And how long have you been doing this?
Well, I'm helping people for a longer time, but for business registered on papers, it's now for 3 years, I think, 2 till 3 years. Yeah.
Okay. And typically, who are your type of clients?
Depends. Everyone God wants, because this was my problem too. When you set up a coaching business or something like that, the most common or the most business coaches or whatever give you a recommendation. Do your targeting, right? Target the people, but I was not like that. I never was like that, and this is the reason why for me it works a little bit different, because I put God first and not the material world first. Even if I could, this would be easy, but where would be the change then? So I'm doing it a little bit different.
Okay. So typically someone would come to you if they have a type of problem?
It doesn't matter which type of problem. Yeah, I can solve them all. God is working for me. So there is no problem I could not solve, because it's God. God always succeeds. And if everything happens for a reason, right? So if someone comes into your life, it serves a reason. So it's there to be solved. Yeah.
So would someone come one time, or would they come many times, or does it really depend on the individual?
It depends on the individual, because not everyone opens their heart. I'm a very good heart opener, so people easily trust me, as I'm a healer, right? You know that. You all know that. People get easily connected to you.
So when you mentioned you have clients like in the US and other places, so this is very much online, or is in person as well?
Online, most of them sure want to meet me in person, but online, it's online now.
Okay, so growing a business is not easy for anybody, regardless of what it is. So, I mean, what do you see as your biggest challenges?
Having that light and being a woman. That's just my challenge, because this world is full of lust. So this is my biggest challenge, transforming all the lustful guys out there, because God is sending them for a reason. And they do not realize that they have the opportunity to change when they meet me. They always sure have the opportunity. We always have that opportunity, but some may say it's like a last opportunity. This is, transforming lust and eliminating fear, killing all these illnesses and disbeliefs and untruth and lies, burning them away with the fire of truth.
So do you need some help with your business, or are you doing okay as it is?
Well, actually, who does not need help? But I'm not a person who asks for help.
Right. But I mean, just looking at what you do, I mean, it resonates with me. And I love what you're doing, but I also love your paintings and your singing, and well, I mean, everything about you at the moment. So there's probably a lot more, but I don't know. I just think that sometimes it's about packaging it up in the right way that people will resonate with it more, because people are very skeptical about things, and the first impression, it could be a good one or not so good. And I found that obviously with helping people grow their business, that if you just packaged it up in a different way, it could be so much more successful.
True. I definitely agree. But most people who also try to help me are not working with my values. So like I said, you are absolutely right. And the thing is, I also studied marketing and all this stuff too. So some may think that I am not able to do that in the way others are doing that, I'm definitely. But I try to make clear to humanity that it's not about the package from the outside, but it counts what is in the heart. And this is the reason why I also do not put that much effort into my photos or whatever to change how they look or whatever this humanity is doing all the time to distract themselves. But you understand what I mean? I want to show to humanity that all that matters is love. If you do something out of love, if you do it purely from the heart, it will succeed, even if it takes more time.
I completely agree. And I know what it's like to, I mean, at the end of the day, we're only here for two reasons, period. And the reasons are to serve humanity, preserve humanity, period. There's absolutely nothing else why we're here.
True.
And yet most people don't see that. And because of the duality that we're in with our ego. And our ego is telling us one thing, and like you mentioned, the lust and everything else. When men, typically as clients, they probably are attracted by, as you say, the lust, rather than, that's the ego talking, rather than really what is behind the essence of what you do.
Yeah, the funny thing is actually, God is the most highest sexual energy. He is a sexual energy. So sexual energy is sacred, but people do not understand that. And people misunderstand that because they are attracted to me because of God in me, but they don't understand that. This is what makes a person beautiful. This is what makes a person attractive. It was never something else. It is God. It is light. It is love. But they don't understand it. But the funny thing about that is they don't need to understand it for us in order to work and change them. It happens. It just happens.
Yeah, so do you have a website or?
I do.
All right. And how do you typically attract clients at the moment?
Well, actually, like I said, it's not that I'm lazy or that I just don't, I am not here to go the ways they were all going. I love new ways. So I'm here to follow the way and the path of a master to attract anything that I want. I do not need to do anything because I am what I want. So people come to me most of the time.
Right.
Most of them do not pay me till now, to be honest, but they come to me.
Right.
Sure.
So I'm gonna kind of throw something at you because, as I said earlier, prior to the show starting, I said that I normally connect with people and I invite them to be guests. I don't take anybody. I want people with interesting stories. So my guest next week, she's Australian. She's just started her own business and she's got a business called Love Out Loud, right? And it's all about bringing love. And it's about changing the perception of the way that we do business and bringing it more heart and love centered. And she's going to be my guest next week. So I mean, about connecting with people. I mean, she has grown a business. She's actually employing people. They've got another round of funding, and they're growing. And it's really to target companies to bring the love back in what you're doing and the purpose. And I can see that sometimes we can all struggle on our own, but if we start connecting with like-minded people that are doing the same thing. I mean, I talked about many years ago about purpose in the workplace and nobody was interested. I said, well, why'd you do what you do? Why'd you go to work? Why this? Yeah, to earn some money to have the 2.3 children, the family dog and the holidays. And I said, well, that's an existence. What's the purpose of it? And what's the purpose of the company that you work for? Nobody's interested. But now, as I said, that we're going through this moment in history that there's a movement, there's an evolvement in transcending of humanity. And everything that you thought as a child actually makes perfect sense today. And well, It did then as well, but more so now, because people are starting to wake up and thinking that, what is it? What's the meaning of being human? And if we don't understand the meaning of human, then we're just wasting our time, because nothing really matters.
True.
And that's why, I mean, I love what you do. And I think I'm just going to stop talking myself and ask the audience if they've got any questions for you, or if you've got any particular questions that you want to ask the audience.
I've got a question. So everything you're talking about, like all these people that you're attracting, I went through all this because when I first arrived on LinkedIn, I had a picture of myself that I'd taken ages ago. It was photoshopped, okay? And I attracted lots of men. I mean, it got to the point where there was like people sending me messages, there was DM, it was so much, you know, you talk about people come to you, but I couldn't get rid of them. I just couldn't get to my DMs, it was mental. And I put up this poem and it said, am I vain or not? You know, I actually wrote a poem about like, you know, sparkly, whatever, eyelashes and everything else. They had a debate about love versus lust just on this poem. So, you know, I kind of dealt with it through that, but it didn't stop the people sending me WhatsApp. I was getting marriage proposals from 25-year-olds. It was crazy. What I really regret is not taking their email address, because I could have built that email list to go back to them later, because these people were bought in. And to this day, they're all on my WhatsApp. Are you doing this?
You don't need them. They were never clients for you. Don't forget them. They
Oh,
were
you
not
say
for
that. I have been offered partnerships with some of them. You'll be surprised. 2 years later, they do come back.
The ones were meant for you. They stayed. But
Yeah.
the others, they were never meant for you. So don't regret. That's what I wanted to say. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, no, I believe that also. Things don't happen out of coincidence. I mean, nothing is coincidental in life. Absolutely everything that we do has a purpose and
Absolutely.
a reason behind it. And we might not see it because we can't read the signs.
But it was things like messages about COVID that I felt everybody had to know. You know, it was, you know, I was talking about the vaccines, the science behind it. And it wasn't that I wanted those people in my life, but I kind of felt like if I'd had their email address and they had seen what I was talking about on my blog, maybe, then I maybe have been able to save a couple of extra lives. I don't know. But, you know, I do believe things happen for a reason. Maybe they were meant to go anyways, who knows, like you say. You know, it's difficult to accept it though, isn't it? Because you kind of want to do your best and you think, well, was that a missed opportunity? You don't know. We make mistakes.
Yes, but you didn't make any mistake. The only mistake you are making right now is to regret. This is the mistake. This is the only mistake we could ever make, because everything happens just perfect. Like James said, we are not always able to see it right now, but when we look back, then we recognize. And maybe some of them you were in contact in that time, you know, had not that good energy. So if you would have connected to them, just a possibility, so that we can think a little bit further. You would have absorbed their energies too.
I couldn't meet the demand. It was so high. I was passing them on to others. They got entangled with others that didn't have the right intentions. Some of them actually got screwed up from me passing them on to the wrong person. This is what I'm saying. You do make mistakes. I did make mistakes. And it was later that was reported to me that what these women had been doing to them. And I was like, oh my God, you know, and it was that moment that I separated myself from those people.
I understand you, but this is something happening within you because you attract that on a specific level, true. But where I stand here, I'm talking about absolutely consciousness. So I know myself 100%. This is the reason why I can see all these things like that. And when I talk or sit here and see all these happenings, I know definitely you're right. We do make mistakes, but most of the time it's not believing, or our mistake is not that we believe. Our mistake is that we do not believe enough, right? That we doubt. So maybe in that moment, when you were attracting all these people, maybe you were doubting yourself. And this is the reason why you have reflected that. I always just say what I feel is the truth.
So how do you handle your demand? So imagine I was getting 200 DMs a day. How do you handle your demand?
Well, actually, I have lots of messages. I have about 3,000 or 4,000 unread messages on LinkedIn. I have 38,000 followers on LinkedIn. So I have a lot of marriage proposals each day, and a lot of things too. Definitely, I was fucked up in the when it started, and it never ends because people are people.
Yep.
I am not fucked up anymore because I understand. You know why?
No, you
I
just
understand that these people.
That's another one.
Yeah, but love, these people need your light in this moment. This is all the lesson. They only need your light in this moment. That's all. They need your light. They need your love. You are tested. Just love and let them do whatever they want to. You don't need to go all through all these messages. Feel within yourself which message is important for me. I do not go through all of them. I would go crazy.
So I'm actually privileged because you actually respond to my message. Although I didn't propose to you, I just proposed to him when I was a guest. I think Jeanette, Jeanette,
I have a question. Yeah, no, I have a question. So thank you, Flores, for sharing your story, and lovely to meet you all. So I work in brands and with a lot of clients and customers, but I also love yoga, the outdoors, and I just have to do that kind of stuff to survive when I'm not working. And that's kind of what I love in terms of a balance. You talked about getting a balance earlier. My question is more about so a lot of it, like nowadays, I mean, even a lot of us are still working home office. So a lot of your clients are maybe by video. And I think I can kind of relate to what you're saying also, because I do have a sense of, let's say, energy in terms of when I meet people. And I can actually, like, as we're doing this conversation, it's very strange because I can actually feel like the energy actually just in this small circle today. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I just wanted to share that with you. Yeah, it's amazing, actually. So my question was, how do you actually then work with people if you're doing a lot of it by video at the moment? Because as I just said, like, there's a lot of energy going around here at the moment. But how do you do that if you're working with people on video only? Or is it something just like a short-term solution for now? And do you find it more effective when you meet people face to face? So I know it's a bit of a strange question, but I needed to answer that because of what I was feeling.
No question is strange. Thank you for your question. And I love questions. And I will give my best to answer. Well, actually, there is no space and there's no time. There is no difference if we sit here or if we sit here. Sure, some people, it may appear to them that there is a difference because they see you in front of you. But in terms of energy, energy is everywhere. Energy is not separated. Energy is not where it is. It always is. So it's energy is working. It's just dependent from the human being with who I am talking to or my client, how open he is to that perception. This is all that matters. But it is not how to say, there is no border in working online. You can do all these things just exactly like if someone is in front of it, because energy is always flowing. So this is the reason why, like you said, you feel it. And yeah, you feel.
The thing is, we are connected. There's absolutely no space between us. No space. Yeah. Even the thing that you think is space is not space.
Exactly. So, what we cannot see is also, yeah.
So we are connected. I mean, in the future, we'll be able to communicate more through telepathy. And the thought of me wanting to call you, you will know that. You'll feel it instantly because there is no space between us.
James, what mindset level is that? Do we know? because I'm all into these levels of mindset. What is, because I get this every morning, somebody wakes me up with a message with what I have to do. And I've had this for nearly 22 months.
This is a 5th dimensional thing.
Yeah, I know it's 5D, but what mindset level is that in? Or is that just across the board?
No. Well, it's more than mindset because it's a translation.
Describe it by words. This is nothing measurable. The
I know.
is never measurable.
This is also
when we try. Sorry, just a little interruption. I'm sorry, but when we try to prove the unseen or to measure the unseen, we take away its divinity and its power and its effect, because faith is walking. It's walking by faith, not walking by sight. Sorry.
And anyway.
Wow, I couldn't agree more, guys. I really got to jump in.
Oh, come on.
This conversation is just so beautiful. There's also neuroscience. All of it. We're all in the quantum field, and the energy, we are all connected. And I truly agree with our speaker today. I love your path. I just want to say that. Thank you so much. I feel your energy.
I love you all.
Yeah, that's why I particularly wanted you as a guest. Because you have something. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody isn't magical, and everybody has been a magical guest, and I'm sure we're going to have many more. But these types of things and these topics, particularly at this moment in history, are very, very relevant, and this is what's connecting people.
True.
And that's why I absolutely love what you do. And yeah, if we can help as a community also. Because doing things alone, okay, you can have a certain amount of pleasure and fun and enjoyment doing it, but it's a challenge. If you can do it with like-minded people and people can help you on your journey and you can help them on their journey, then that's where the magic and the creativity actually happens. And that's why I'm saying, I mean, if you've got things like the pictures that you want to sell as well, I don't know, maybe you don't. But I mean, how to package that up in a way that people can actually see them. I mean, what I see there, the beautiful, it is a magical inspiration that's come to you at that moment in time. People might say, can you draw the same picture again? You're saying, maybe I can't ever, because that wasn't that moment in time that I felt like that.
True.
Can I interrupt, guys? You know, there's a group on LinkedIn that goes round. They have this ring. They're like a gangster. Okay, they go round and they support each other's posts. So they put up like some kind of like a quote, and everybody comes and says something. Then middle of the day, they put up another quote, and then there's a sales pitch. Okay, so what they do is there's a website with a product they're selling. And this whole group is going round in a circle, and then people go and then they click on that website and they get sales. Now, if we had a website and we put these kind of pictures that Flo's doing or Michael was doing or whoever selling anything that's, you know, along the business, and operating LinkedIn like that, you could actually make money doing it instead of using the Shopify account. Do you know what I mean? You could drive customers to that site. And if they're bought into you and they love you, which apparently they do, they just need to see what you do. I mean, it's quite simple to do when you think about it. Is there something stopping you? I know you want to kind of do this thing primarily, but wouldn't it be nice to sort of have one of the people who love you to have that in their room, their house? Surely that'd be like the best present you could give them. Wouldn't you like that?
Love your idea. Yeah, true. And that's
sorry. I kind of disagree with that. I like authenticity. I like doing it. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And
absolutely, both is possible.
I'm creating, just digressing a little bit, I'm creating with 4 others a platform. I think Zelina knows about this, but a platform that is for the people, by the people, in the way that it's only people like us that are going to be invited to be on it. So it will be a whole new place. And then you'll be able to sell your services and each other's services if that's what you want to do. If you just want there to be a learning, then you come on there to learn. But it's all about like-minded people working together. It's not
Yes,
about.
sorry to interrupt. Do you see us buying from each other, or is this open to the public? That's what I'm not quite understanding with your statement there.
It's open to the public of the people that want to come and be part of this kind of ecosystem of like-minded people. If they're corporations and other places, they're not invited.
Okay.
And it's only for people that, if I like your pictures, well, why can't I tell others about your pictures and then give you a place there that you can exhibit your pictures?
Yeah.
And they do things in a way that is organic, in a way that I am not trying to force someone to buy your pictures and then everybody starts liking your pictures just because they're your friend and we have to do it. No, I might not resonate with wanting to do that way, but if I feel I want to help you promote your pictures, then that's different.
Well, my understanding, James, is that people buy people first. And if they really bought her, they've bought that picture. So the marketing on that is already done. And if you have 35,000 followers, I gave my drawings away. I also paint. And one of the things that my friends have got, like £1 million houses, and they put my photos, my pictures I've drawn right above the Christmas tree, and they stand there and they take like honorable photos next to it, because that's how, you know, the friendship and the things all link together. It's that lovely glowy feeling. And so if your followers are doing that, potentially, I think it would be a very, very easy sale. Yes, do it in both places. Why not? You know, if you've got this massive talent and it's rolling off you and you're doing 1,000 pictures a day, then
here's a picture. Here's a picture.
Okay.
My daughter drew it.
What is that? Is that a wolf? Sorry, my
no, a cat.
Excuse
No, it's not. It's
Two legs missing.
She loves chocolate brown golden Labradors. So this is a chocolate brown golden Labrador. It's only got 2 legs, you see. So right. But anyway,
modern one. You know, this is the new level of creation.
but I'm all for kind of live and let live, but also help one another on that journey, because it's not easy.
I agree, and I have to say, on my journey, but you see, I definitely agree, and I'm with you. But I have talked to a lot of other coaches and people who are meant to be on the same journey as we are, but they're not all supportive. I'm sorry to say that, but most here in Germany, I experienced that. We should, like you say, work together and help each other together, and build the new world together. But it's not always like that.
Yeah,
intentions come to light with time, don't they? People can come in with different clothing, and you assume there's something. And over my account being manipulated and being played up, I definitely found out who those people were who were in there for themselves. And that's when you know who your friends are. You know, and the ones who've stayed, who haven't gone around accusing me of doing something weird to their account, because as a result of what happened to my account, their account was affected. You don't know how many people attacked me over it. I got some really horrible WhatsApp messages saying, Zora, what have you done to my account? And I'm like, I haven't done anything to your account. You know, and I actually disconnected them. I said, maybe you're better off not being in my network if what's happening to me is affecting you. And I had to disconnect a lot of people. And as a result of that, then something happened, you know, John was talking about it. And so then, because I wasn't enough connected to whatever, then LinkedIn wasn't happy. So they got rid of me completely, because they wanted me to be connected to all these people. But, you know, when my account was being manipulated, as it was, they followed people, unfollowed people, all sorts of weird stuff was happening. A lot of people's reality came to truth. You know, you notice who was there for themselves, the people who monopolize, you know, the whole, you know. And so when I look at people and I see like 300, 400, 500 followers, I'm not quite sure what to make of those people. If finding out people like you with a true intention, you know, I could quite easily put, if I looked at your post and their post together, you're behaving the same. Do you see what I'm saying? So finding out what your intention is very difficult for somebody like me from the outsider unless you give that time.
True, I definitely agree. Yeah. True.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not about the number of followers, because you
No,
get you
right.
get the Simon Sinek's and others like that, which is probably another discussion, that get a marketing company to post and he never responds on one single post. So what's the point? LinkedIn is supposed to be a person-to-person platform. So if I post something and someone comments on it, I'm obliged to comment back. Now, if you don't comment, I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, I feel that interaction. But I'm just saying now, when it comes to, it's not about the amount of followers, hence the reason why people said, oh, why don't you do a podcast and have thousands of people following you? I'm not interested in thousands of people. If I had 1,000 people on this call, we wouldn't have this call like it is. No. It's this little connection. The people open up, the empathy and the emotions and everything come out. I mean, as Jeanette said, I mean, feeling that energy and that connection, you're not going to get it with 1,000 people on the call, right?
You could.
You'd be very overwhelmed. You'd probably have to hug a tree and it would kill it, wouldn't it? I've been on those kind of calls, honestly. I was so fired up. I went outside. I thought my head was going to explode after one of those meetings, or one of these energy healing things. They were doing all this yin and yang and they needed me to balance the energy, whatever. And I didn't quite understand this energy healing, and they were making us do all sorts of weird stuff with our hands. And this is right at the beginning. I don't know what they did to me in that meeting, and then closing energy, opening them up. I was buzzing so badly. I went outside, I hugged this tree in our garden, and the tree's dead. I'm not kidding you. This tree was probably 40 years old, and that killed it. So it is possible to have those 4,000 people, but I don't think it's very safe. Would you agree?
It depends. It depends.
You have to trust them, don't you? You have to trust those people.
Absolutely.
And I was stupid enough, again, I didn't know them very well. And I had 2 or 3 conversations with them. They said, come along, we're doing this energy, we're doing this course and it's free. And I turned up, and I was so ill after that. I really was, because I'm a highly sensitive empath. So I picked up on everything, and it really channeled through me. And my heart was going like this. I thought I was going to have a heart attack at one point.
You have to be careful there, because people will take your energy.
Yeah. But I don't know if they gave me energy. I don't know what they did to me, but I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack. It was too much.
Anyway, I think, Jeanette, did you want to say something?
No, that was it earlier, my input. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome. So anyway, we've kind of gone over the time, but I did say that we would have plenty of time to do this. So I just like to say that, I mean, these are conversations that we can have for a long time, because I love this. I love the energy that comes from this, and I love the connection that it's creating. And at least whatever happens, you're going to walk away, Floris, with at least some good connections with some nice people. And I do encourage people to come on next week's show, because, as I said, this woman is in Australia, and she's got a great story to tell, and she's starting a big business, and she's got funding for that. And it's all about bringing love back in the workplace. But anyway, so Floris, do you have anything else that you want to leave us with?
Just one quick thing you mentioned about the commenting part on, you think everyone should comment. Well, actually, I don't do that. I only do that when God tells me to do so. So for someone who will crucify me online, I will go there and I will leave them some words of love and wisdom there, because I know they need them. But you have to be also very careful. Why do you want to reply on all comments? Because maybe communication happens between the ones who are on the post and read them too. But there is a difference if you are going there to reply, or I'm very careful for that. I'm always humble, or try to be humble. I am not impressed by one hating me, nor about one loving me. That's what I mean. Yes. So you have to be always very careful about that. And I always recommend doing what feels good for you. So it is not a force to respond to no one on earth, because no one on earth could force you to respond to anything. There is no force in anything.
But yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I comment on things that I want to stimulate some well-being. Now, if it's a negative thing, and I see that there's lots of people that put negative things out, it's easy to be drawn into that and make your point of view. But then what am I doing? I could think, what am I doing by doing that? Am I creating more negative energy, or am I twisting it around so it's a higher frequency and a higher energy? Now, or just walk away from it, just do not comment at all, because maybe that's the best thing to do. And then,
not for everyone. If God tells you to teach someone, you do that, because otherwise you do not do God's work, you do your work.
Yeah. So
this is the thing.
Exactly. I find more so now when I make comments on LinkedIn that they're heart-centered. It's about bringing well-being. If I'm doing something that's negative or controversial, then what am I trying to do by achieve that? Is that my ego telling me to do it? Or is it doing it with love? Exactly. And then half the time it's the ego, and you think, hang on a minute, don't go there.
Yeah, most of the time it's the ego. Exactly. This is the reason why we have to get to know ourselves that good. So I can definitely say I'm at the point in my life where I know exactly why I'm doing the things I'm doing, thanks to God. This is the reason why I also get involved in negative comments, because I know that I can simply turn them around, because everything I touch, I turn into gold. That's what an alchemist is doing. And that's why we are here.
It's that balance, isn't it, of truth and heart-based. You can't just go too much that way or too much that way. And
we are getting just balanced.
Yeah.
But we are just getting balanced in order to lose all which is not true. There is no balance at all. We are evolving. There is no balance. We only find the balance. This is our preparation for what is coming. 5D is no balance at all. It is just love. There is nothing else.
What I noticed personally was I saw a lot of people that were lashing out, who were like being angry. And I understood that they are perceivers when we do this intangible driver thing with John. And I realized that they've been bullied, they're upset, they're hurt. So I kind of befriended them, went along with them, spoke their language for a while, and then brought them back into what I call the light, you know.
Exactly.
And after a while, they stopped going around being angry and hatred, you know. But you do have to start talking their language, not in a horrible way, but just saying, I agree, this happened, that happened, however, oh, how are you today? Did you have a good, and it was just a little start off like that. And it just moves them gradually towards just because they need to be heard. That's why they're doing it.
Exactly. They are just heard. They are just little hurt children. That's exactly how this is evil. Hurt children, if we understand that, because, you know, people come here and say, yeah, we are here to change this world, but they come here and fuck all this place and people up, right? So this is not the place or how to create peace. Like you said, it's love.
So when I used to see women going off, naming and shaming men, saying, I've blocked you, I've blocked that. And I'd be like, guys, don't block, send them to me, I'll deal with them. You know, I know how to deal with those people. They just need a friend, they're just going about it the wrong way. Naming and shaming is not going to help them. You know, they're already downtrodden. There's no point you bashing them, you know, it's like a kid that's been hit. And so, is that controversial? You know, you could argue that's been controversial, but I would go in there and do some kind of corrective behavior on the person who was naming and shaming or something along that line. And there are ways to highlight it's not right. Like I used to put up posts to say, this has just happened to me. And, you know, this is how it made me feel. I know you're wanting to do X, Y, and Z, but maybe it's better if you go about it that way, you know? So I kind of put up posts like that as corrective behavior. So I would address it and I would highlight it to the 200s who were planning to come and do the same. I wrote, what is respect? You know, instead of blocking people, I said, listen, just check what you're doing. Would you do this in the office? Would you talk to your mother like this? Would you talk to your sister like this? I'm somebody's wife, you know? So like, I kind of went about it that way, James.
Yeah. Sure, we should always be ourselves. Doesn't matter what kind of role we are in it. And
I'm what I am.
exactly, and we are love, and we need to be love always. Doesn't matter if we are at work or somewhere else. We are love.
Yeah.
We are. I mean, we come from pure love. We
True.
just forget that.
Exactly. And how beautiful is that? We are here to remember this world.
We were never here to remember. We were here to find out why. And we come from pure love. And that is why there's a lot of children that are feeling lost, because they came from pure love. And then when they see families that are split up, parents that are divorcing, and lots of problems, that is when they feel that disconnect, because they've
True.
come from somewhere that was so magical and full
Exactly.
of love, that when you've taken that love away, they're feeling lost.
True.
Anyway, you've been a marvelous guest. Right? I'm so glad that you actually have been my guest, because I've been badgering you for some time to come on. And I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you very much. I love you all.
Right. And I hope you've met some nice, beautiful people as well. And as I said, doing it with a live audience, even though it's only a small audience, it is an audience that you can connect and resonate with. And that's what makes it magical, because I can't ask all the questions and I don't have all the questions to ask. So it's good that there's other people here in the audience that can ask those. And yeah, also great to have Emily kicking it off with a great song. Next time, Flores, you'll have to play the violin and sing.
Yeah, then you will have to give me a little bit more time.
Yeah.
You want, because I guess you love your ears, so I need to be good then.
My kids are used to my singing, so yeah. Right. Anyway, so on that note, thank you for being our 74th guest.
Thank you too.
A wonderful guest and a great topic. I love what you do. And I think everybody here loves what you do as well. So carry on doing what you're doing. And do connect with us. You're in the group already, so feel free to share anything there. If you want to share your paintings or anything, then do that also. And I wish the audience, well, thank you first for coming on every week. And I wish you all a wonderful weekend, and do join next week for another magical guest. So on that
See you
note,
next Friday.
have a great weekend, everybody.
Have a great weekend and love you all. Bless you all.
Lovely
Thank you.
meeting you. Thank you. Lovely.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
I'll see you later, Boyan. Oh, he's gone already.
And kiss your little beautiful boy.
I will do. I will do. Thank you.
Kiss. And you, your kids too, James.
Yeah, I've got 3.
Really? What is their name?
Yeah, Tom is 9. Right, and I've got twins, Sam and Abby, and they're 6.
Wow.
That's great. I
And
love
Tom also plays the piano. He's absolutely gifted at it.
So we will have to listen to him too.
Yeah, I think we should have a kids
I think
special,
we
shouldn't
should
we?
organize a Children's Day with the parents. I
Yeah.
remember those days when I
Yeah,
lived
that would be fun.
in New York City. We had Children's Day and the parents, so we can organize this at a convenient place for all. I
Yeah,
have to-
definitely. We should do a kids special, so all the kids get to say something and play an instrument or do what they want to do.
Yeah, very special.
Right, I'm going to love you and leave you all because I've got to go and have lunch, and then I've got to see Boyan afterwards. So lovely meeting you all and seeing you and spending time with you, and love your work. Take care.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Lovely meeting you
And I'll see
all.
you next week, Selena. Okay, take care.
Yeah,
Bye.
love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye. I'm just gonna